fragrance friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate you. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I just stepped away from my work for a little bit because something had just popped into my head. Originally I was going to do a topic completely different, but then I just decided to just go with my instinct here because when I was working on logistics or something, it just popped into my head. We're going to now enter, if not we're already in it, the highest travel season of the year, right? We just came out of Thanksgiving. We're going into the holiday season again, and we're also going to go into New Year's. People will be traveling all over the country and all over the world. And as frag heads, I hate that word, frag heads, whatever, fragrance heads, fragrance enthusiasts, right? Naturally, how we smell on a plane matters to us. And from my own personal experience from traveling, I'm going to share a few perfumes that will withstand cross-country travel. So that means when you end up from one point of the country and you go across to another point of the country and then you meet somebody and you hug them, you're still going to be smelling good. And layering is not necessary. These are beasts on their own. And of course, these are not all the perfumes that will, withstand cross-country travel, but I'm just going to give you a few so to kind of get you thinking. And also, several of these are from my experience, and some of them I just know that they're really, really strong. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to hop right in. Perfumes to withstand cross-country travel, that even when you land, you're still going to get a compliment and no layering is needed. Okay, first right up, we have one of my top 10 perfumes of all time, and I just feel like I need to preface this because I don't want people thinking I'm like ripping off of them, and I'm not. All these perfumes here I discovered prior to even knowing about fragrance YouTube. I just got these because of advertisements or just blind buying or because I'm a shopaholic. As simple as that. Okay, so here we have Angel Nova. This is amazing. By the brand Mugler. Mugler Angel Nova, yes. And this is absolutely nothing like Angel EDT or EDP, because I cannot stand those evoke really, really bad memories in me. Not here for it, but I know it's a really popular one. But this has raspberry, this has agagalica wood, this has rose in it. I believe it has lychee, and there's 3 perfumeurs that worked on this. I believe Quentin Biche is one of them as well, and Quentin Biche also developed Delina. And I heard people compare this to Delina. I smelled Delina years ago. I had it in my collection and left my collection. I can see maybe that they could be distant relatives, but they are not alike. Now, to my nose, could be because I'm not sophisticated. It could be that, but I don't think they are alike at all. My God. Oh my God. This just makes me smile. Oh my God, it makes me smile. You get that raspberry, you get that lychee, you sense agagalica wood all the way in the background, but then it gets stronger, but it never overpowers the rose and lychee and the fruits and the sweetness. There's something bubbly about this. It's not effervescent, but there's something bubbly and happy about this. And it's the agagalica wood, which is actually synthetically made in the lab. It just makes it cling to your clothes. So if you're one side of the country and you're all the way, and then you move and you travel in a plane all the way to the other end of the country, it will be still clinging to your clothes. I had this, I'll explain it later. At one time, on one trip, I had it on my shawl, and another trip, I had it on my blazer, and it withstood the trip. From one destination and to another, enough to garner me compliments. Again, compliments don't matter. I'm just telling you, it was still perceivable. That's the reason why I'm sharing this, is because it means the perfume, in order to garner a compliment, must still be perceivable to a second party, yes? So this I highly recommend for cross-country travel, especially, you're going to be in like the cabin, you might be all like pushed up on people and stuff. I like to do things that tend to be lighter and a little bit more, I don't want too dense things. Like, you definitely know Middle Eastern perfumes will withstand travel, but this is my personal opinion. Don't come for me, okay? I grew up around Middle Eastern perfumes, all right? It's part of my culture. But I would not wear Middle Eastern perfumes on a plane because sometimes it might be too exotic for people. You understand what I'm saying? So these ones, I think, are still easy for people on the plane's palate. I hope that is understood in the nature in which is it intended. So first one, Angel Nova by Mugler. That's the first one I highly recommend for cross-country travel. Next one up, we have Montale Roses Musk. Another one of my all-time favorites. Love this. This kind of sent me down the rabbit hole of Montale and then further into Mancera. And this is rose. This is musk. I believe there is amber in here as well, if I'm not mistaken. And oh my God, this thing is a little bit tricky, and I'm gonna explain it to you. When you put it on your skin, I don't know about anyone else, from my experience, that I actually kind of go anosmic to it after a few minutes. So I think I cannot be smelled by other people around me. At the end of the day, I'm walking past them and they're catching wafts of me in the air, having people turn, say, wow, you smell so good at the end of the day. Okay, so that's how strong this is. And for me, for traveling, the reason why I don't have too many selections is because I tend to gravitate towards the same things when I'm traveling, because I can be a little bit irresponsible, and I pack at the last minute, and no matter how much I plan in ahead, I'm still scrambling at the last minute to the plane. It's just a really bad habit of mine. So I just tend to gravitate to the same few perfumes over and over again. And I don't really think about layering and experimenting. I'm trying to catch the Uber and I'm doing all these things. And so that's the reason why I don't have too many selections here. But they are solid recommendations, okay? So Roses Musk will cling to your clothes. So even if you think you might, I don't know if you might be one of those people, you might go anosmic to it after spraying it on yourself, but just trust that this is clinging to your nose. Montale, if you're familiar with the house at all, you know that they are beasts. They are beasts. And there's not much left in here. I've been really holding on to it because I have Roses Musk Intense, and I usually pair those two together, but I'm just really holding on to it. I've been to already a couple of bottles of this. Love this. It's a forever scent. And again, highly recommend for cross-country travel. And it's one of those beautiful smells that, again, if you're on a plane with a bunch of fussy people, you're going to be pleasant to smell. You know, nothing too exotic, nothing heavy or dense or complicated. So always just keep that in mind when you wear something. Try not to make it too complex of a scent, right? There's times and places for that, but being on a plane is not one of them. So another mass pleasing, I think in my experience, because I get massive compliments on these, are mass appealing and would be really appealing to wear on a plane and last until your destination. So when you hug that person, they're catching wafts of you. Okay, next one up, we have Valentino Donna, not Donna Born in Roma, Donna. I think this might have preceded Donna Born in Roma, I don't know. Another rose perfume. If you can see, there's going to be a little bit of a trend here. So Donna Valentino. This is so underhyped. I randomly brought this on, I think it was Nordstrom, not understanding what I was buying. I just read the notes. I got intrigued. Best decision ever. And I don't really hear people talk about how incredibly strong this is. And not on the skin. No. I'm not talking about the skin. When you put this on your sweater, or you put this on your blazer, or you put this on your coat, baby, it is going to last. There is leather in here, but don't be scared by the leather. The leather comes off more like suede. Oh my God. This literally evokes memories of like shopping on Fifth Avenue. Like literally I'm shopping for shoes and bags on Fifth Avenue. That is such a specific memory. I think it's because of that leather note in there that comes off as suede. And I'm just having brunch at Sarah Betts. Oh my God. It's just like, oh, the imagery is so strong. And there's rose in here. Those are the two ones that come to my mind. Oh, there's also iris, because it's this like lipsticky smell. So I think it is that leather and that iris, that powdery iris, that leathery, lipsticky, powdery iris that kind of gets it to cling to your clothes. So again, it's not going to be lasting forever on your skin, but it will last on your clothes. So put it on your blazer, put it on your sweater, put it on your shawl, put it on your clothes. And again, it's one of those pretty scents. This is pretty, this is classy. Ooh, God, this is so classy. Oh my God, this is so bloody classy. You have no idea. And just look at that bottle. I'm in love with this. And you don't need that much, okay? So this will withstand cross-country on your clothes. Not your skin, on your clothes. Get this on your clothes. And again, one of those, you're not going to offend anybody around you because it's just so pretty. And again, another rose scent. Rose, rose, rose. Okay, next one up. Again, one of my favorite perfumes. But I've been scared to spray it since my last, not my last trip, but my last to last trip. It's because it's like a memory in a bottle and I kind of don't want to skew it. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you what it is. So this is Mancera Instant Crush. This is, oh, first of all, I just need to preface this. You need to be careful with this because if you spray too much of this, it can actually almost have like a bleachy smell, like Clorox bleach smell. So be careful with this. This is really strong. So there is saffron in here. I think there might be ginger. This is super sweet. I've heard people compare this to Baccarat Rouge. I would disagree. I can see, if I step into their shoes, I can see because maybe the sweetness and because of the saffron, maybe they would be thinking that, but to me, they're nothing alike. They're nothing alike. This stands on its own, and I fell in love with this the minute I smelt it. Oh my God, this is so classy and unisex. This is for both men and women. Equally unisex. It'll be just as beautiful on a man as it is on a woman. And when you're on that plane, you're going to smell classy. You're going to smell sophisticated. You're going to smell like money, you know? Oh my God. Instant Crush. And this will cling to your clothes. This will cling to your clothes. I think there might be a rose note in here, but even if there is, I feel like it's all the way in the background. But again, this is one of those really mass appealing scents. And again, not offensive, but if you spray too much, it can become offensive. That makes sense. So be easy and be mindful with this. But again, this is going to cling to your clothes and will withstand the cross-country holiday travel. Okay, so Mancera Instant Crush. Okay, next up on the list, and the last one so far, is another Mancera. Shock here. This one is Royal Vanilla, and I love the screw top. You can see the oyster, I think it's oyster pearl or whatever. Again, one of these highly underrated Manceras. Royal Vanilla, not Kayali Vanilla Royale. No. This is Royal Vanilla. This was an exclusive from Harrods. But you can still get it online. It's still available. I believe on Lucky Scent you can still cop yourself a bottle of this. For real, it's under $200. So it's expensive. Okay, it's expensive. I'm sorry, it's expensive. But it is so worth it. It is vanilla in here. And it is a strong vanilla. Because usually vanillas you don't think of as beast mode. This is a beast mode vanilla. Not only, oh God, this... I mentioned in my vanilla video that this leans almost Middle Eastern. There is amber in here, there's patchouli, there's iris, and rose. And I think it's the 2 layers of rose that is in here that gives it that Middle Eastern twist. So that amber and that 2 layers of rose gives it that Middle Eastern twist. Again, it's not a really exotic smell, but it's just a slight Middle Eastern twist. So if you are traveling and you do want a Middle Eastern, you are craving something Middle Eastern, but you don't want to be too exotic, because again, be on a plane, just be mindful of it, because you're going to be in a plane full of people and you don't want to smell too much, right? Like you don't want to be sharaf ou de Suède. You don't want to be wearing that on a plane. Come on, unless you're flying Emirates. By all means, baby, wear your sharaf ou de Suède. But if you're not flying Emirates, baby, don't do it, okay? Please. Yeah, so I digress. So, oh my God, there's patchouli in here, iris, rose, amber, vanilla. Oh, this is such a beast. Such a beast. And again, it clings to that blazer, that sweaters, those shawls. For me, because I always make sure I'm layered in the plane, because like it's like you're moving around, like again, as I'm saying, I'm always rushing, so I'm running through the airport. I'm always rushing, stumbling and all. I'm not actually stumbling, but you know what I mean. Like I'm always just like last minute, and then you get on the plane and then the AC is on and then you're freezing. Oh my God. Like for me, like I get cold like that. You just blow air on me and like I'm shivering and this icicle's coming down my ears. Okay, that is how serious it is with me. So I always have like sweaters and like I wear layers. And so this will cling to your clothes and will withstand cross-country holiday travel. And again, it's one of those beautiful scents that will be appealing to the people around you. Okay, so those were just a few scents. Again, these are not all scents, just the ones that I know that will withstand the holiday travel and still be mass appealing for the people on the plane, so nobody feels offended by your smell, you know, just like, I swear people are ridiculous. Anyway, so again, quick recap. We have Mugler by Angel Nova. We have Roses Musk by Montale. We have Donna by Valentino. We have Instant Crush by Mancera. And we have another Mancera. We have Royal Vanilla. Okay, my friends. Okay, I gotta get back to work. I'm so happy to have spent some time with you. Please let me know if you guys have any perfumes that are beasts that you think, you know, will still be mass appealing and will withstand cross-country travel. And let me know, you know, if you have any favorite perfumes or if you have any funny stories from traveling. And as always, I always appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. And just a gentle reminder that the sweetest fragrance we will ever wear is our behavior. And just to find somebody to thank today, and more importantly, take a moment to thank God, because if you're here watching this video, that means we made it into yet another day. And even with our trials and tribulations, God is great. Thank you, my friend. Bye.